Trying to move away from the Alexas of the world has been getting easier and easier. Home Assistant really does feel like a magic bullet that means you can control all of your smart home tech locally at no cost and do so privately. No trillion-dollar corporation needs to know if you're home or if you're on the crapper. Perfect. Except, if you value voice controls, that's still a little rough. Even with Home Assistant Voice PE, an entirely local and open source Echo Dot replacement, getting commands to actually work can be a pain. So much so that we don't really use ours at all. In part, that is because I keep buying smart buttons like these IKEA matter over thread ones and sticking them everywhere so we have one button control of things like lights and HVAC, but it sure would be nice to get more use out of the voice controls. Previously, I've tried using Home Assistant's built-in assistant and running local large language models, or LLMs, to make it work. But both fall short. The default Home Assistant processor struggles to identify what devices I want to control or want information from, even though most of my entity names are pretty descriptive, i.e. office temp sensor. So commands often either do the wrong thing or just outright fail. The latter option, running an Ollama local LLM, isn't any better for actually handling the requests, and it has the distinctive perk of being a pain in the ass to set up and run. You either need lots of RAM and a good CPU, or a GPU, and often a separate machine to even run that. You aren't running that well on a Pi. Even with a good system to run it on, responses can take seconds to generate, and there's no guarantee that the model won't just hallucinate an entity, or lack thereof, and then you'll be stuck asking it again and again to try and get it to work. Enter Sophia NLU. Sophia is a natural language understanding engine, written in Rust, and is effectively deterministic compared to LLM's random noise. It takes just 24 megabytes of disk space and only needs 160 megabytes of RAM to process any sentence into Home Assistant specific language known as intents. Sophia has a 106,322 word vocabulary and a versatile approach to matching words and sentences in that vocabulary, processing, as the name suggests, natural language, not machine-preferred language. You say, "It's dark in here. Flick on the lights in the living room and kitchen and turn the temp up to 23. And it just handles it. Oh, and it handles it in milliseconds too, all while using next to no CPU power to do it. Near instant responses are exactly what you want in a scenario like this. The real magic, the thing that truly makes this stand out, is the fact that it handles multiple intents per message and collates them back together for a response. You can ask it to turn on the lights in your hallway and bedroom, turn off the lights in the living room, and set the aircon in the bedroom to 23, and it'll just do it. All at once. That is genuinely unique and amazing, and not something that at very least the built-in Home Assistant processor can handle. To be honest, when I was first offered a chance to try this out, I was a bit skeptical and uncertain of the benefits Sophia offered. After having tried it and spoken with its creator, I realized just how useful it can be and how necessary it is for anyone with accessibility needs. Aquila Labs, Sophia's creator, has put a lot of effort into creating this, not just for their own accessibility needs, but to share it with others who find having an actually useful voice assistant, well, useful. Much like anything that can be used by disabled folks to have a better quality of life, like captions on videos or lifts instead of stairs, having a useful voice assistant helps everyone, and that's pretty sweet. I should also note that in the couple of months that I've been testing and using this, the developer has been incredibly responsive to my feedback and feature requests, and has been rolling out updates pretty much non-stop too. And speaking of updates, since filming the majority of this video, Aquila Labs has launched version 2.0.1, and along with it, they've launched an open source repository of benchmarks to test Sophia against a number of local LLMs. Think Llama 3.18b, Qwen 3.4b Instruct, and Gemma 4 E4b, and HA's built-in assist. And the results truly speak for themselves. Based on 3,715 test sentences, HA Assist failed 3,175 of them, and took a little over a minute to return all those answers. While Qwen got a better success rate at 36%, but took 99 minutes total. Llama 3.1 got 40% of the requests right, but took 437 minutes to return, and the insane Gemma 4 hit 64.6% success rates, but took nearly an entire day to return all 3,715 requests. Sophia, though? It took 10.1 seconds and only failed 60 of the nearly 4,000 test sentences, or 98.4%. So, not only is Sophia or several orders of magnitude faster, but it's also by far the most accurate. Oh, and they're also working on testing more standardized datasets by Alan Porter, so keep an eye on their testing repo to see those results too. To get it installed, you'll need to sign up. To be clear up front, this is a paid tool, and if you use the link that's in the description, you'll get a 15% discount, which takes the price down to $67.95 as a one-time lifetime license fee, and I do get a commission from that link. But they offer a 14-day no payment method required free trial, so if you don't get on with it, you're out nothing but a bit of time. Once you get the download link, you'll want to add that link to the add-on repository list so you can install the add-on. And you'll also need to use Hacks, the Home Assistant community store, to add the repository for the integration too. Then install that. Once you have both the add-on and the integration set up, you want to head to the web UI for Sophia, where you can customize the personality, including such highlights as Butler, Grumpy, Jarvis, Pirate, and Vengeful God, among others, along with an LLM pass-through option if asking the lying machine is a necessary feature for your voice assistant. You can also tag your entity so it has a better chance of getting it all right every time, and importantly, there's a log. That's important because there's actually two ways you can get your lifetime license for free. First, refer a paying friend, or second, upload 5 errors it makes. Either of those gets you a lifetime license for free, which is pretty sweet. Sophia itself acts like a Wyoming protocol device, so it integrates with Home Assistant's built-in assist options seamlessly. You set it up as the conversation agent, make sure to handle commands locally, then you're set. Talk to it like normal and it will do a pretty great job of doing exactly what you want all at once. The responses are instant, and with a bit of tuning the entities list, it's remarkably reliable at finding what you've asked for. If it finds conflicting options, it will ask you to clarify which response you want. That's truly unique and really useful, not something that any of the other options can do as far as I'm aware. As mentioned, if it does get it wrong, just tell it that, and it'll save that misinterpretation, which you can then upload as you want. No data from this leaves your network unless you want it to. As mentioned as well, these requests take next to no CPU power, nor RAM, and no GPU at all, so this is not only faster than an LLM, it's more efficient and more feature-rich. At this stage, there are absolutely still some sticking points. As of writing, if it asks you for a clarification, you must pick one of the entities that it has returned to you, regardless of if either of those entities are what you are actually looking for. Otherwise, it gets stuck in the loop waiting for you to answer and effectively stops working. It's also a bit clunky on the language front. It has to rely on your entity names as well, which means that you might have to spend a decent chunk of your time tagging or outright changing entity names for this to be properly useful for you. But once you've got it working how you want, it's pretty sick to be able to have a voice assistant in Home Assistant that works, can take multiple commands and requests all at once, and doesn't take a small lake and a quarter of a nuclear power plant to run. That's pretty cool. Obviously, this isn't perfect. Even based on their own test sentences, Sophia still didn't get 100% accuracy, and I'm sure there is some amount of building the test for the tool going on there. And I found even with the most recent update, she will still need to spend a decent amount of time tagging entities to get accurate matches, and even then, it can still slip up sometimes. But once you get it working, it's pretty sick to have a voice assistant in Home Assistant that works, can take multiple requests and commands at once, and is super snappy, plus doesn't drain a small lake and use a quarter of a nuclear power plant's output just to run. This is cool. For some, the fact that this isn't free and open source might be a deal breaker. Although for me, I would argue that the complete privacy, the reliable support, and the great features makes this pretty worthwhile. Plus the fact that by either supporting the project with your error logs or referring a friend, you can get it for free, well, I'd say that's a pretty great deal. If you do want to try this out completely for free, no payment method needed, check out the affiliate link in the description. Like I said, you get a discount, I get a commission. Everyone kind of wins, so feel free to check that out. With that said, I would love to hear what you think in the comments down below. What do you think of Sophia? Is this the voice assistant you've been looking for within Home Assistant? Do you prefer physical buttons? Or do you have different accessibility needs that might mean that this is perfect or further from what you need? Let me know in the comments down below. If you want to see more videos like this one, I have a whole bunch of smart home videos already up, so check them out in the end cards. And of course, hit the subscribe button to see more videos like this one too. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you all in the next video.